Hey YouTube, this is Tonic. Welcome back to my channel, Bang Bang Potato! Today I play a game called Ping Ping, an interactive novel. This game is created by Pingaling Studios, and the developer and creator of that studio and this game is simply known as Pinky. And I've had a chance to talk to Pinky a little bit through Steam Chat and got to know a little bit more about this game and about her as a developer. And I would like to thank Pinky personally right now for allowing me to have a key to your game. Thank you, Pinky. You're awesome. And I'm excited to play this. Now, an interactive novel, guys, if you do not know, if you're not familiar with it, this is a kind of a choose-your-own-adventure type of game. You'll get to certain points in reading the book, reading the novel, and it'll get choices. You'll have choices to make. So once you make those choices, different things can happen. Kind of like, it's like the Telltale games, you have options and stuff, right? But this game is strictly text. So you got no music, you got no zombies, you got no button mashing. You're strictly reading and using your imagination, which is nothing wrong with. I think more people should try it. Use your imagination, more people. Use it. Anyway, Pinky, thank you for letting me play your game. Now let's get started. Hope you guys enjoy this. I'm not going to play through the whole thing today, but we'll just read through some of it. And you can make your decision if you want to buy this game on Steam. It's $3.99. Links down in the description. Check it out, the Steam page. Alright, I'm done talking. Let's go. New game. Please note that Ping Ping has no autosave feature. You may, however, save or restart your game at any point by clicking the buttons on the sidebar. Be careful about saving. Alright, so here we go. A little quote here from Vladimir Nabokov. I need you, the reader, to imagine us, for we don't really exist if you don't. So like we were talking about, use your imagination, folks. The world was disappearing, truly. Into the jaws of shadows it went, street by street in a single gulp, seemingly never being enough for the beast. The void, they called it. At first it had crept upon the world silently, seeping through the cracks in the pavement. Before anyone had a chance to escape, it had swept them up into its ferocious jaws. Was it a hoax? A mere theory? No one knew. Few cared. Until it started swallowing up school buses and old ladies. That's a good line. I like that. Yeah, people usually don't panic until something crazy happens, and that is definitely up there. The news cared about that, pouncing on the story. No one could pass by a newspaper or magazine cover without articles screaming about the arrival of science fiction come to life. Some blamed it on the actions of the government, some on the supernatural, and others welcomed it, claiming it was the Earth's way of cleansing itself. Minako didn't know what to believe, and that is our main character right there, guys, Minako. So you're going to see her name mentioned a lot, and that is who we're actually going to be pretending to be while we read this interactive novel. Stay away from fairy tales, her father had cried. It had been the constant refrain over the years, ringing in her ears. He was terrified of anything that was an inch away from normal. Her mother had been like a wisp, a fairy queen who would only last the length of spring. With the coming of winter, she had slipped away as those who fell into the void. With the withering of her mother, her father had clung to the sturdiness of summer. Turning his back on delicacy, he embraced things made only from flesh and bone. Yet, where was he now? As if stepping from the pages of a fairy tale, it slumbered before her, stretched across the sidewalk, impersonating a rain puddle. Innocent, friendly, she knew better. Casting her gaze over it, Minako pursed her lips. Have you? She paused. It yawned. Oh wow, I totally misread that. Hold on, let's get it up here. We're right here, if you can see that. We're right here, guys. Its oily tendrils slunk across the sidewalk, oil gurgling and spurting from its belly. It was hungry, she knew. Have you killed my father? Hesitatingly, she arched her foot over the void. Papa, she repeated, her voice creeping through her lips as a whisper. If there was something beyond digestion, did that mean? Was he alone? Hurt? Dryly she swallowed. Fairy tales were imaginary, fluffy, warm. The prince carried his love off into the sunset at the end, didn't he? Everyone met their happy ending. And you, Papa? She murmured. Was he happy? Could she be happy? At that, she stilled, her foot poised at the edge. Would falling through feel as effortless as diving into the sea? The sea would always greet her with open, soothing arms. In the water, nothing else mattered. Even as her lungs cried out for oxygen, it simply served as a lull in the background to glorious silence. Or would gliding through the darkness end in her falling prey to the choppy waters? Would it threaten to swell and crash about her, sending her tumbling this way and that way? All right, we're going to go up. We're going to scroll up. All right, right here, guys. Slowly, Minako inhaled the crisp, sweet air. Would this be the last time she felt her rib cage expand as her lungs beat against them, greedily suckling on the air they had received? No one knew where the void led, if anywhere. It wasn't as if the people who plunged through them were able to speak about their experience. They were there one day, gone the next. Completely and utterly gone, vanished. Forever. For you, could she, yes or no? Now that is a decision we have to make. Go into the void, yes or no? Gotta go find Papa, or just leave Papa be, right? So what should we decide? What should we decide? I think we should go yes. I think we gotta find Papa. She wasn't afraid of dying. I'm coming, Papa. She wasn't going to be alone any longer. He would be there, she knew, inside of her socks, her toes crossed. It will be like the sea, Minako murmured softly to herself. Stretching her arms outwards, she nimbly balanced on the tips of her feet. It would only take the simple act of leaning all of her weight forwards to send her into the void. It would take only a moment to die instead of years to live. Her eyes fluttered closed. Her eyes fluttered closed, slowly. Ever so, she leaned her body forwards, her arms displayed out in front of her. Please be out there, Papa. Into the pavement she fell. Oh, didn't quite work out, did it? Against the cement, her hands became red, her cheeks pale. Please. Against the cement she lay, her lips pressed tight. Now, guys, you're going to notice this writing is a little bit of kind of like poetry. It's written in a poetry style. So be ready for that. It's not all in, your normal novel style. It's not always paragraphs and sentences and all that stuff. So you got these little poem type sections as well. So very cool. I like it so far. Definitely am enjoying this. So her lips pressed tight. We're going to click that and move forward. Dear Papa, today she paused. Pen poised against the page. Was a fool. Her head pressed against the wood. Weeds growing overfoot. The void grew. People turned blue, and she sat with the blanket over her lap, leaves about her head, back against the door. He'd come back. He hadn't come back. Not yet. She still believed. School was closing down now. There weren't enough teachers left to teach the sullen, bubblegum popping and hair twirling youth. Fruitlessly, people were fleeing the city, abandoning their lives to adjust to one in the countryside. There, the void couldn't hurt them. There, they would be safe. They hoped. They were wrong. They were so completely and utterly wrong. Having unplugged the television, Minako stopped trying to search for news. They yearned to hear themselves talk. Squeal. Fools! She scoffed, rubbing her ankle against her shoe. The cupboards didn't talk. Not anymore. Empty. The refrigerator had an empty mouth. Empty. She wanted them to talk. Try the store. With weeds about the door, she couldn't. The doorknob glistened, her fingers aching. Today, Papa, I believed. She lied, her toes twisting tight. In his favorite chair, worn, the leather torn, she read. And this maiden she lived with no other thought, Minako whispered, her finger tracing the words, than to love and be loved by me. She shifted her back, resting against the arm, her legs draped over the door. The book sprawled between her legs, her hand poised between the pages. I was a child. Her stomach grumbled, lips aching, and she was a child. Away, the laptop called. Do you want out? The keys clattered. How? Come to me. Quickly, she deleted the W. Today, Papa, she breathed, steadily, fell against the stairs. She crawled. In the basement, it's breathed. You're hungry. Her wrist dripped crimson. Aren't you? Greedily, the void cried, its mouth spread wide. Devour me. Down its throat, she crawled. Today, Papa, I lived for you. Down its stomach, she slid. Ooh, getting very interesting going into the void here. Through the dirt, a hand curled about hers. You, I'm here. They whispered, lips at her ear, or there, everywhere, my worm. Abruptly, she was yanked free. Oi, noob! Through the dirt she blinked, her eyes laid free. Oi, wakey, wakey! Papa? Minako murmured. No, it was a boy. He wasn't Papa. From head to toe he was drenched in white, specks of baby blue breaking the unity. Breaking from the foamy white was an ivory cape hanging about his thin shoulders, dripping down against his ankles. He was a sailor, a mini-sized sailor, with his tie tightly pulled about his neck. He was like the rain puddle, innocent. His attire saw to that. Have you come from the sea? She inquired. Was he only an inch? His eyes narrowed. An inch. That would dry in the sun. Okay, I'm going to scroll up. Right here, guys, where we are. What are you talking about? I am a cutie, just like you are. Flicking her forehead, he beeped in irritation. And dropping out of nowhere on me while I was charging. Huh! Can't you find your own charging station? This is my charging station. Now I'm only at 42% charge because of you. His lips turned upwards, fang-like teeth exposed. Cheerful. I'm a what? Pressing the back of her hand to her forehead, Minako squinted to see in the glaring light. Cutie? Charging station? Perhaps. Is this a game? Was she lying on the sidewalk? Her knees tucked against her chest, with a maniac of a child spewing nonsense to her ear? A mere child's play of a game. You don't know anything, do you? Huffing in reply, he flicked her forehead once more. His eyes narrowed into thin slits, his baby blue irises glowing. Do you even know where you are? No, she paused. I don't. Perplexing. If it was the void, why? It was a small windowless room, a prison of light, of posters, the walls drowned in them, suits stretched and pasted across the frame. You're about to tell me, though. This is a CHARGING station where we CHARGERBATTERIES. Cuties, that is. We are the ones who have batteries. His tone was wistful. We're scrolling up, and we're right here. His heart lamenting. Don't you know? Don't you? Any cutie knows these basic facts about us. She drifted back, her eyes pulled in his direction. Human. Her lips curled about the word, tongue uplifted, slowing her pronunciation. I'm human. Human? Human? Bursting into genuine laughter, the boy clapped his hands together. You're a cutie, silly. A robot. Just look at yourself. The boy leaned forward, his cape reflecting. Sliding her hand up her cheek, her hair, she blinked. Okay, guys, well, this is where I'm going to stop today on this game. Ping Ping is its name. This is an interactive novel, and I will say I have enjoyed this very much so far, so I'm going to keep on reading after we stop recording today. Guys, I encourage you to go pick this up, $3.99 on the Steam store. The page is linked down in the description below. Go and show your support to Pinky and let her know how much you enjoyed the game. If you do buy it, let her know on her community page. Let her know. And again, Pinky, thank you for allowing me to play your game. I can tell you've put a lot of work into this, and for your first interactive novel and your first game, I think you've done a wonderful job so far. So nothing to be ashamed of here. I have enjoyed this. I will be playing more. If you guys want to see more of this on my channel, please let me know. More games like this, interactive novels, things of this nature. I am definitely down to record some of these kind of games because I really do enjoy them. So let me know if you'd like to see that. Please let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this game, Ping Ping. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you are new or if you just haven't done it yet. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You are awesome. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Tonic. This has been Ping Ping. here on Bang Bang Potato. I'll see you on the next one.